His name is Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
He's waiting in the wings for you.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda in episode 6 of Percy Jackson and the Germans. And please like and subscribe and comment your favorite line from this episode.
I will say I did like the taxi scene. Them trying to drive.
That was cute.
I thought that was funny. Des was laughing.
My name is Hopper.
My name is. I'm Steven. Just boring old Steven.
And my name is Alexander Hamilton. No, we're talking about episode 6 of the Percy Jackson Olympians Demi Plus show. Demi, because they're demigods.
Yeah, so this latest episode, we go to the Lotus Casino Hotel.
Okay,
Lotus Casino and Hotel.
Right off the bat, episode kind of disappointed me.
Yeah.
I didn't love the Lotus scene. I didn't love that they didn't ride a zebra.
Yeah.
I didn't love that it was like the solstice was already over.
Yeah.
I know that's just going to raise our stakes for the next couple episodes. Mm-hmm. They give him 4 pearls. We're setting up something completely different.
Yeah.
This episode felt very...
Because just to stop you right there, the 4 pearls already sets up... In the book, Percy has to make a choice. Yeah. And his choice is to leave his mom in Hades. Yeah. With Hades in the underworld. I don't like that Hades is also
Hades
the underworld.
Means hell for like
else. So it's like Hades and the underworld. So he leaves his mom in the underworld because he realizes he has to go stop this war. Yeah. Right? That's stakes. That's maturity. That's character growth. You getting 4 pearls, I don't know if we're still getting that scene now because 4 pearls means saving 4 people, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't like that already. Because
maybe we save like Persephone or something. I'm thinking there's a way around it.
I hope, because this is a really good character growth for Percy.
I think Mama stays in the underworld.
I hope so.
Either
in the most non-mean way. I want her to stay in the underworld. I want her to stay in hell. You know,
it's like when I said the baby should die in Aquaman.
Yeah, respectively.
Kill either the wife or the baby. What else gotta go?
So this episode was not the greatest. It had some good stuff for it.
I didn't hate like the characterization. I liked that it was funnier. Like there's more jokes.
But let's get something straight here, guys, because we have been seeing this in the Twitter sphere.
We're here to yell at y'all
TikTok,
a little bit,
on Reddit, everywhere. The movies sucked.
The movies aren't good.
They're terrible.
The Lotus Casino scene is not good either.
It's not. You've got Lady Gaga's poker face. People somehow right now unironically love that scene.
People were wanting that in the show, and Rick Riordan said something like, "No, like I don't want any ties to that movie." He said, let's normalize bad movie erasure."
Yeah,
that's what he said,
and I'm all for that.
Yeah,
you had Brandon T. Jackson's Grover doing the splits and dancing with a bunch of hot women,
and he was like eating cucumbers off his face or something.
Yeah, it's like
I don't remember.
This scene was not good. It may have been fun for some people.
That's what in your video about like how the movies are different than the show. That movie feels like a college road trip.
Yeah.
Versus like this movie feels like a bunch of kids trying to save
the world
from their Greek parents.
Yeah. So there are some things you can critique the show. The show is not great. I have been kind of disappointed and on a disappointing slope with the show. I love the show.
This episode, I think.
Yes.
Like we got this whole weird thing with Augustus is his name.
Yeah, I don't like that.
The whole thing is this fawn.
Yeah, the Ares episode, loved. Satyr.
Thank you.
But the Ares episode, I loved. There are great parts of the show.
I like the first episode quite a bit. I thought it was really well done.
So the show is not bad. It's just not living up to all the expectations I expected. But don't try to go back and sugarcoat or rose-tinted glasses the movies because they are awful. And I would love to debate every single one of you that thinks otherwise in the comments.
And specifically,
I will be a keyboard warrior for this.
That's more accurate and like it's more of a good adaptation from the book.
It's not.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, but
I just recently rewatched them, and they're. I watched them because I was on a Percy Jackson hype after watching the first few episodes, and I was like, "Damn, these things suck."
And they're not like they're very, very loosely based on the books.
Yeah,
very loosely.
They're more of a guideline than a code.
More like guidelines.
You know what was the movie?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Let's go, Curse of the Black Pearl. Shout out!
So
such a great movie.
Right off the bat, here we get from the last episode Ares had put him in the back of a zoo truck or an animal truck or something.
Animal trafficking is what we find out.
So Grover's like, we got to get these animals out of here. They talk to Luke on a prism.
What did you think about the effects for that?
It looked a little shaky.
It felt very Thor Love and Thunder.
A little bit, but I think in that regard, like they're talking through a prism, so it's not like some kid's face just appears.
Yeah,
I thought I can excuse that special effect, but what I cannot excuse, the episode. In fact, is titled "We Take a Zebra to Vegas."
Yeah.
Where was the zebra?
We don't even see that because that's when Percy learns that he can talk to horses too.
Where's the zebra?
Because the zebras go, "Free us, Lord!
Yeah,
free us! These people are bad." You know, like Grover was talking to some people, but Percy was talking to the zebras specifically.
Yeah.
There was a lion in there.
Maybe we're not doing that. Maybe it's too goofy.
In the book, the zebra had like a unicorn horn. He was like a party zebra. You take him to like parties and stuff.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, so just some little things. But if you're going to name it, we take a zebra to Vegas. You need to show a zebra.
That's fun. That shows like whimsy.
Yes.
That's like a good character thing for Percy because he can talk to horses.
Yes.
And it adds more to his like depth, you know? Like I feel like it adds more to his power set. I don't know. I was when they smash cut, and it's a funny bit. Like,
I love that you're so upset about that though.
That's they name the episode "Take a Zebra to Vegas." It is funny. They take it's a smash cut, and then it's just like a bunch of animals running around Vegas.
I did like that. They have a perfect plan.
Yeah, Grover's like, well, they're very smart.
Yeah, they're so intelligent.
They just needed thumbs.
Yeah, who knew?
Stupid.
We have talked about the actor for Grover is not our best favorite.
He's a child actor.
Yeah, he's a child actor.
And I don't hold that against him. Don't give him a hater.
No. It's just he's probably the weakest of the three acting wise.
And that's Walker Scobell. He's a very good kid actor.
It's hard to stand by him.
Yeah,
you know?
Even Annabeth in this episode, maybe the last episode, I was kind of like, she's
kind of weaker.
You can kind of the cracks are starting to show. Like in this, there's a Luke is saying like, oh, y'all are acting like an old married couple. Y'all are bickering. Yeah, that was kind of cute.
Yeah, but the bickering didn't even feel like
it didn't.
Yeah,
but I like that they tried to put it in there,
and it really shows off the child acting when you get like I was talking to you about it. When last episode we got Ares talking to them, or in this episode we get Lin-Manuel as Hermes, and
Alexander Hamilton.
If you say that one more time,
waiting in the wings for you.
They just feel like breaths of fresh air when it comes to acting. You know, like when Hermes is talking and
he's Lance Reddick in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna see it here in a minute.
So like when you see the adults acting, it's just like, whew.
Yeah.
This is a show now. We've got a TV show, you know?
I like the kids for the most
No,
part.
the kids are great, but it's just when you see them compared to an adult, you're like...
You have to spend all day with them, like the whole scene with them, you know?
You don't see a lot of the maturity that you would see from the book in the show as much, you know? These little bits of growth that you see throughout, you don't see it in the show as much. Mm-hmm. And that's my other gripe with the show overall, is they very big... Riordan, I've loved his books. I loved him as a person.
Do you pronounce it Riordan or is it Rick Riordan?
I've always said Riordan, but
I've heard both.
When I first saw his name, I was 10.
Right.
And I can't exactly change how I pronounce his name now, you know?
How did you say Hermione's name in the book?
Hermione.
I said Hermione.
Hermione?
I thought it was Hermione.
Well, I'd watched the movies before I read the book,
fair.
I knew Hermione. But that's the thing. So if I'm mispronouncing your name, I'm doing it with the most respect ever. I'm sorry. But I just can't change it. It's been like 13 years.
We said Steve Blum for Ben 10.
You said that. I didn't know.
I thought his name was Steve Blum. It's Bloom.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But they have a big problem with the show of they do a lot of telling instead of showing. And listen, I love exposition dumps.
You do.
But please show me something.
Like, okay, what really pissed me off, because we get Medusa.
Yes.
This is Medusa. Don't look her in the eyes. We get, what was the next one? What was the next thing?
The Echidna.
Yeah, we get the Echidna.
And the Chimera.
Like, they don't, I don't know. This is the mother of gods, or the mother of monsters. They just say that. And then, like in this, I was like, okay, they're going to go in there, eat something, forget their memory. It's all going to be good. Before they go in there, Grover's like, y'all ever read the Odyssey?
Yeah.
Oh, I read the graphic novel.
Yeah. Don't eat anything in here. Oh, okay.
Oh, my God. I was like, what are you talking
walking
about?
Into a trap. In the book, they don't know they're walking into a trap. They're just going into this hotel.
It was so silly.
They got in there, I think, in the book to like evade the cops or something because they helped with a breakout or something. I don't even know why they got into the thing, but it wasn't to go see Hermes. This is a complete change.
Was there any reference to Hades' kids in this?
No, there's not until the third one.
There was maybe like someone saying someone's name, like Bianca.
Oh, they say that in the.
It's very vague in the background of one of the scenes.
Then
I was looking up some breakdowns, and they were like, maybe this is there's someone saying Bianca back here.
I mean, they put Hermes in early, you know, so who knows?
They should have had it's like a bomber jacket or something like a. They should have specifically had, because Grover's playing the whatchamacallit, the Oculus or VR or whatever. Yeah. There could have just been some kid right next to him in a bomber jacket. Yeah, and that would have been way more than enough.
Yeah, it would have been like, hey.
But he probably
that's Nico.
He probably won't look like that in the
Nico,
show.
my boy. Yep, they're Italian. He's gonna be like, hey, why are you taking the lightning bolt?
He's like, you have no idea what it means to be number one.
Yeah.
You come in the gabagool. You come out here. I'm in the Lotus Casino for 50 years.
You come here on the eve of my daughter's wedding.
I'm doing Tony Soprano. You're doing like the Godfather.
I'm trying to do something in Italian. I am terrible at impersonations. I try
you drink coffee and
no, I
watch soccer.
It's way too bad. I've had to cut coffee because I used to like 4 times a day.
In the core, we just watched the core for global warming. There's a moment where they're in Rome, and it's like, how do we know they're Italian? Oh, they're drinking cappuccinos.
It's an espresso machine. Right there. Oh. So so Casino, I wasn't a fan of it. I loved Lin-Manuel.
Oh, they played, instead of Bad Romance, we get Dua Lipa with the Baby.
Ooh. I love that song, though.
But, like...
And Dua Lipa's fine as...
She is. For the love of God.
Dua Lipa, shout out.
Show them having fun playing games or something during that song. They use the song just as exposition. Not exposition. They use the song as, like, to set up the scene.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going into this fun casino. Dua Lipa with the Baby. Ooh. Levitating. I don't think the part was in there.
I want you. You want me.
No one likes the Baby no more.
Really? Why?
He got canceled for something, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he hadn't really been back.
I just like his name.
The Baby.
The Baby. Pull up.
Remember there's that car, the baby face on the car?
Yeah, from the Meathead Cannon guy.
No, I think it was before Meat Canyon.
Oh, really?
But he used it too.
Anyway, yeah, I think that was like okay, we're not doing Poker Face, but we'll give you something.
We'll do a Lipa with the Baby.
Stop saying it.
It's so funny. Say it.
Do a Lipa with the Baby.
Yeah, dude, it's so catchy.
See, when I told you, when I first listened to that song, I thought he was saying do a leap with the baby.
Her name is Dua Leap.
Yeah, no, I thought he was saying like do a leap with me, you know? Like, let's jump real quick. I don't know why he was saying it, but I was like, you know, it flows, so I'll sing along to it.
That's really funny.
Yeah, so it wasn't until you said Dua Lipa, and I said,
that's her name.
Oh my God. He's saying their names. I thought this guy was like, I don't know why I'm jumping, but I'll jump with you, buddy.
No, just a leap.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they find Hermes. They don't really forget a lot.
They explain Luke's mom.
Yes.
Way earlier than you're supposed to know.
Well, that's fine, right?
I guess.
Gives motivation early.
Yeah, I don't know, but we don't know.
We didn't talk about they try to frame Clarice.
Yeah, Clarice is
during the lightning bolt.
It's so weird. I don't like this angle.
I like that they're like. I mean, it makes sense because Clarice was the villain at camp.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, of course Clarice stole it, and she's Ares' dad or Ares' son or daughter or whatever.
The thing is, like in the book, Clarice's family, Ares gets to take Poseidon's side,
right,
saying that he didn't steal it, and they're like, so it's just weird.
We get that too in this episode. Luke tells him that Chiron is busy because they're
fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
And I like that because we've been begging all season to show us that the war is brewing.
Again, show.
Yes, don't tell.
They just tell us.
Because the book shows like storms, you've got hurricanes, you've got tsunamis, you've got not lightning. There's no lightning.
They've been stolen.
Yeah. But so like you have all these natural things going on and you don't see it.
Yeah.
You don't feel the urgency in the show right now. And I'm very upset with that.
And we kind of all the gods are just kind of against him, I think, because they talk to Hermes. Also, she's very mean to Grover, Annabeth. She's like, if you see Hermes, don't talk to him. You come get me.
Yeah, I was like, that's going weird.
It's rude to Grover.
Yeah, Grover's a pretty cool dude. You know?
He gets caught
He's
up.
Like, I'm not eating the lotus flowers. He goes, they're nachos.
They're nacho chips.
He goes, wait, then how are you? Who am I?
They're in the walls. The lotus flowers are in the goddamn walls.
We can talk about Hermes. What'd you think of him?
Loved him.
I liked him a lot.
Some people, for some reason, people don't like Lin-Manuel sometimes. I thought he was good as Hermes, though.
No, I like him. He was in House. I liked him then.
He was in House?
Yeah, he was like this ADHD guy. House met him in the like insane asylum kind of thing.
What's funny, too, about Lin-Manuel Miranda, no one's going to care about this or want to hear about it, but I just got to say it because we're talking about other stuff he was in. There's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where he's like a lobby boy, like he like is taking someone's bag to a hotel or whatever, and like a couple seasons later, Lin-Manuel Miranda's playing himself, pitching Larry like a musical.
Yeah, and
so it's very weird. It's like okay, he's in one scene of Curb Your Enthusiasm for like 2 seconds. It's like a bit character. After Hamilton blows up and he becomes famous, now he's playing himself as Lin-Manuel Miranda in the show.
That's awesome.
It's very funny. I thought
like
it was creative.
No, him as Hermes is really good. I like Nathan Fillion as Hermes too, but that's just because I have a hard on for Nathan Fillion.
I kind of thought he could have been a little more like fast talky kind of.
Yeah, I did like that he teleported them and he's like, I'm outside time and space. You know, why do you think they let me deliver the mail? I like that he was calm, cool, collected because in the book he is really just kind of this worn out dad kind of thing.
Well, you get that a lot.
And I like he genuinely cares for Luke and his mom and stuff, but
as soon as they mention Luke, he kind of just gets defeated, and he's like, "Time and space are easy, parenting's not." You know?
And I really feel that. You know what I mean?
And he says that Poseidon tells him not to go near him because allegedly something bad will happen if he hangs around him.
Well, the more that gods interfere, the worse it gets for the kids because the gods try to help sometimes. Sometimes they're good and they try to help, and then they backfire because they know the fate. So then when they try to change it, fate doesn't like when you do that. Yeah. So it punishes the hero more than it'll punish the god. You know what I mean? So really, and it sucks for the kids because they just want their parents. You know what I mean? They don't truly understand the rest of it like the gods do. So.
Plus, like, in this modern world, like, they're born with ADHD, they're born with dyslexia, they have all these problems.
Yeah, they're an outcast. They've got monsters on them all the time. It's hard.
It's hard for them.
It's a tough life.
Yeah.
And so who do you blame but your parent, you know?
Freaking Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah.
I saw a couple TikToks where they were doing the audio from Guardians of the Galaxy where it's Luke and he's like, "Of course I messed up. That's my freaking father." And it would show like Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I love that. I love that a lot. The episode was kind of weaker. I think the taxi scene was really fun.
The taxi scene was fun. No one can really drive, so Percy's like wrecking into stuff.
Yeah.
But he's like, as soon as it hits the road, we'll get to where we need to go.
Yeah, because it'll just take them. Yeah. We just need to make it to the road. I did like that. I was giggling a little bit.
That was a cute scene. Like I said, this episode was kind of funny. Like all the memory loss stuff was sort of funny.
Yeah, he's like, "Who's Grover?"
Who's Grover? And Grover's just like stuck in some game. Yeah. Some Oculus game.
I'm going to find Pan.
Yeah. And Augustus.
I think Augustus was a weird put in because like
was he in the books?
No. Oh. So it was weird.
He's friends with Grover's uncle that we know is passed on.
Yeah, from Medusa.
So
it was a weird little bit.
Yeah, I think it was fun to see another satyr. But like obviously he gets stuck in the hotel, so he stopped his journey there looking for Pan. But he tells Grover, "I found Pan. He's here." And then like they go like 2 steps. You think he was telling the truth, or you think that's...
No, I think it's the casino, like, luring you in. I bet you he was, like, walking by it, and, you know, the casino tries to lure people in, so they probably give him sense or, you know, auditory things or anything where it's like, I think Pan's in there. So he goes in, and then they give him evidence of maybe Pan being... And then the next thing he knows, he's trapped in there forever.
He's playing a game, and then he's stuck. Yeah.
So
is there a reason the hotel wants people in there?
I don't know. Is it like I don't know if it's like a possessed like it's like an entity that feeds off of people being inside of it. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Also, too, I guess we need to read the Odyssey and figure out why the people were eating the lotus flowers.
Yeah. If you guys know anything about, because honestly, I don't know a lot about them because even when in the book when they leave, Annabeth's like, I should have known. They've been luring people in since the Odyssey times, and I'm just like, and that's all the exposition we get from the Lotus Hotel. So I don't really know much about them. So if you guys do, feel free to fill us in. We're too lazy to look it up. Yeah. We got a lot of other things. We're busy. Did
we read the Odyssey in high school?
No.
Yeah. We didn't read nothing in high school.
We read the Scarlet Letter, but we read it in sections.
We read half of it, yeah.
And then people would tell us the other sections.
Isn't that crazy?
Reading chapter 6, I'm like, who are these people? Who's lucky enough to get chapter 1?
Our teacher was like, you guys can read the Scarlet Letter, but since it takes so long to do that, let's just read it in sections and we can just tell each other what happened.
Yeah.
It's a book. Let us read the book.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
And people thought, oh, it's so fun because you were in groups too. You would group read your section. I remember I literally was chapter 6 or 7. I was like, guys, I'm not doing this. I don't know what's going on.
Stupid. Anyway, so they take the taxi. They go to they find Grover just happenstance. They see the satyr and they're like, oh, we should get Grover. And he's like, who's Grover?
Yeah. Well, I like we didn't talk about it with Hermes. He straight up says, I'm not getting involved.
Oh,
I get involved. Everything messes up. I'm not involved anymore.
Yeah,
but he does let him get pickpocketed. You know, Annabeth pickpockets.
He lets him steal her,
so that he's not directly getting involved. It's smart. It's a clever thing, and he's making the kids, you know, fend for themselves. It's their quest kind of thing. So I like that.
But at the same time, he's like, remember what happened? And then he touches Percy's hand, and Percy like sees himself in a car. Do you know what that's about?
I don't know what that's about.
That must be something kind of traumatic flashback.
Yeah,
I bet you that's something to do with Poseidon.
Maybe.
And we'll probably hear about that a little bit more.
I hope so because it was a weird scene. I totally forgot about that until you brought it up. And then he goes to do it to Annabeth, and she goes, I remember
fine, yeah.
So I like that. Like everything with Hermes was good, except for at the end, Percy runs out and says, Hermes told me that's in the air. That's why we can't remember anything. Bitch, figure it out. Figure that out. You're on a quest.
Why didn't they say any of that? Like there was nothing. Like this hotel did not seem very alluring if they didn't, you know, if they were just like random people going in there. Like the human beings go in there?
I guess, and then they get just trapped.
They just die?
No, they live forever. You don't age in there.
Oh.
So you just stay in there forever.
What's the point?
I think they feed off of them or something.
Weird.
Like vampires.
Anyway.
But so that was the episode. Yeah, well, we get to Santa Monica.
Santa Monica, he goes in the water.
The whole deadline for the show was to return the bolt by the summer solstice.
And you see Hermes be like, looks at his watch, he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and then they get out.
Not looking. He's like, it won't do any good now.
And then that's the thing too. Percy, when they figure out they've been in there for a long time, he goes, it's Thursday. Percy, how do you know that? What are you looking at?
All they're looking at is the outside with people showing
and
up.
It's like dark compared to being light at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like.
And he goes, "It's Thursday." Oh, naturally.
It could be 3 weeks later. You don't know.
So I don't like that the deadline's already gone because in the book, it's we discussed this in the beginning. Percy's not allowed on airplanes. Yep. Zeus will shoot him out of the sky. So in the thing, it's like 3 or 4 hours before
the solstice.
The solstice, and he has the bolt, but he's in California. He needs to be in New York. So they literally raise money from all these people who have watched him fight Ares off, and it like turns into the whole thing.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then but they only get enough money for Percy to take the flight. So he flies to New York to get there by the summer solstice. So it's like a whole thing. You know what I mean? And Zeus even says, "If I ever catch you in my realm again, boy, I'll blast you out of the sky." Like he literally says that. Yeah. Also, thank you for giving me my bolt. I'm out of here.
I get to blast you with my bolt.
Yeah. So. It's just another part that's just taken from us, So I don't like that. I don't like that because now the stakes are over. The girl goes, "You can go back to camp." Bitch, the world's about to end. The two most powerful gods in the world are about to go to war.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll still. I don't know. I think the way this wraps up is that they'll still be able to subvert the war, but it'll be like, oh, now that we gotta, whatever else is. Yeah. What other conflict? What was this conflict in the second book?
The Sea of Monsters. So Thalia's tree gets poisoned, so they have to go to the Sea of Monsters to get the Golden Fleece to cure the tree so that the border that was protecting Camp Half-Blood is repaired.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe they don't. I don't have a
clue. What were you saying?
I was going to say maybe that leads into the conflict of the second book. Like maybe that leads to...
What leads into it?
The war. Like
no. Each book is pretty self-contained with the overarching Kronos threat.
Oh, okay.
So each one has its own mini adventure.
We get Kronos in this.
Yeah, we see him as like this Asian principal.
Yeah, well, he's like a businessman.
We don't know that it's him, though. We don't know that it's
just somebody.
Yeah.
And he thinks, I guess,
he's like, I think Hades? He's talking to Clarice. Yeah, I think he thinks it's Hades.
Anyway, well, it's like a very, like he thinks he's like intruding on like someone else. Like his dream is like involved in watching someone. Yeah. It's like a sneaky thing. Like he's watching someone he shouldn't.
Well, that's the thing because, demigods are part god, so they do have abilities to do that kind of stuff. So that's a lot of the way Rick Riordan would do exposition in the books was to, when Percy went to sleep, he would see things in his dreams that would help, So I like that addition into this.
That was good.
Yeah.
He thinks it's Clarice. It's probably Luke.
Yeah, it's sinister and stuff.
Unless, what if Luke's not the lightning bolt thief in this one? Is that gonna mess up?
It's gonna mess up a lot if he's not the lightning bolt thief. Okay, I'm just saying that now.
I think they're definitely going that route.
He's got to be the lightning thief.
And I like how they reintroduced him in this to be like, in this episode. To be like, oh, remember Luke? There's Luke.
Here, So I did like it was a little sinister when he said, and he like acknowledges that Percy's there this time, and he's like, "Run along now, little hero." Like it's like okay. Eesh. I'm excited to see who's playing Kronos. If that's him,
I think that's him.
You think so?
I bet so.
I hope so.
Either that's him or Hades, maybe.
Yeah, because in the
might throw him off with saying that's Hades.
Well, in the books, you never get because by the end of it, Kronos never has his own body. He eventually possesses Luke.
Oh, that's
and he's rebuilt there. So before that, he's just this bodiless voice kind of thing. So it'd be weird if they casted a body for him, but
I guess they have to have a voice actor anyway.
Yeah, so
who knows?
There were some good things about the show.
We get the Nereid at the end.
Yeah, and you can see it better.
4 pearls.
Don't like that. Not a fan.
4.
Look at me. Not a fan.
Not a fan. Well, I don't know what they'll do. What was Annabeth doing in the trailer for the next one? She's like talking to somebody or something.
Yeah, it looked weird. The trailers, I just like that Ares was there with a big ass sword.
Maybe they bring back someone that's dead.
Yeah.
Instead of Percy's mom, who's died. That's not. Maybe they bring back Talia or something.
No, it messes everything up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: Talia comes back to life at the end of the second book with the Golden Fleece. So you can't bring her back to life right here.
Anyway, I don't know what they're going for, but I'm not soured on the show by any means.
No. It's still a good show. It's just not it's not great.
It's a little bit disappointing. I think they're trying to rush it.
Yeah.
Instead of like
take your time.
Instead of them figuring out that the Lotus Casino is taking their memories and everything.
Yeah.
They just know that going in.
Yeah. Which also Rick Riordan has gone on to say if he does get a second season, they are learning from this. He says overall he considers the show to be a success, but there will be changes and deviations and stuff again in season 2 that will hopefully kind of right the ship a little bit, hopefully not veer it off. But he is of the mind that the show's not even bad. So
I don't think it's bad.
I don't think it's bad.
I think it's a little bit mid.
Maybe just lengthen the show a little bit.
Yeah.
These episodes don't need to be exactly 30 minutes. We got a really long Ares episode, and I thought it was going to change the whole thing, and then this one was back to 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, please.
Well, and this is streaming, so like the whole reason that shows were like 28 minutes or whatever is to fit in ads.
Yeah.
They don't need to do that with this. They could just go as long as they want.
Yeah.
And they're still getting ad breaks probably.
Yeah, you see they do the cut.
Yeah.
People were talking they do the cut because if it's on Hulu, or there's like an ad
There's ads for Disney, I think.
Yeah.
You have ad plans.
Yeah. So,
anyway.
Either way, just make the show a little bit longer. Show, don't tell. I'm begging you. Show, don't tell.
For the book fans, this was a lot of surprising stuff in this one episode.
Yeah. And I'm telling you guys, the movies suck. If you take one thing from this show, from this podcast, the movies are not good.
It wasn't even Bad Romance. It was Poker Face.
Yeah, Poker Face. I don't know.
I'm
listening to you. I was like, I don't know what he's doing over there, but...
Bad romance.
No, Poker Face.
I know.
But yeah, that's our coverage on the show. Yeah,
I think the next couple episodes will really determine.
I think it's going to ramp up a lot.
It'll really determine for me if it's like good or bad.
Yeah, because we're reaching the climax. The next episode is the climax.
Is it?
Yeah. What was this? Episode 5?
This is 6.
Yeah, so we only have 2. 8. Yeah, so this has got to be the climax because the last episode is probably going to be him talking with Zeus.
I think we see him. I think
Ares' fight is next episode.
No, I think it'll be the majority of the episode will be Underworld, and then it'll be at the end we see Ares, the beach.
Oh, and then we fight him in the next one.
The 8th episode starts off with the fight, and then he gets to.
I hope not because we have a lot of stuff.
It might end on like a cliffhanger too. We don't know.
Or it might be a long final episode.
Could be like Stranger Things where they did like a 2-hour final episode.
Well, I just know there's a lot of stuff after the quest that needs to be brought up and talked about.
A lot of important stuff.
Yes. Like that's when they finally find out Luke's the lightning thief.
Right.
More Percy Jackson content coming your way. We've got Ben 10 on Mondays. So we'll see you later.
Fun stuff on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Tell your friends.
All of them.
Except that one guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we all know that. The one that's not in the secret group chat.
You don't have to let him know about it.
Yeah.